Okay, let's do it. Hello and welcome to InfiniTBR. I swear that I don't always look like an unkempt lion. I haven't gotten a haircut in months. I've been wanting to start a book YouTube channel for years. And I was always afraid for some reason. I think I always just thought like, I can't do it. Why? I don't know. I really have no idea why I thought that. But anyone with a camera can, so here we are. If you're anything like me, you probably have a mountain of unread books, and yet you probably still buy more. Every single time you go anywhere, there are books. You know, it could be worse. It could be worse. We could be buying illegal things. So, you know, of all the things to be addicted to buying, I'd say books maybe aren't the worst thing. One thing, you might notice a distinct lack of bookshelf behind me. That's because I don't have bookshelf money. Some of us are poor. And this goes out to all the non-bookshelf, fancy library-having people. You are still a reader if you don't have a whole room dedicated to all your books. So I've been putting this off forever for some reason, but you know what? The hardest part of anything is starting. So we're doing it, I'm starting, and I'm doing it now. So my idea for this channel is that I would use it to finally read all of my physical TBR, because I just keep on buying more and more books, and I don't read them. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't want to read them, it's just that for some reason I need to be in the perfect mood to read something, so if I'm not, it'll just sit there forever, and then I end up buying more and more books in the hopes that those books will be the ones that I'm in the mood for, and then, you know, on and on it goes. So, this whole channel is going to be me reading my TBR. I really don't think that I'll ever get to the point where I have no books on my list, because, come on. But I do want to read at least most of them. You know what, my TBR is like always expanding anyway, because for as long as I live, I'm gonna have a TBR, hence my name. Yeah, come join me on this journey. If you're anything like me, you also have an infinite TBR. A little bit about me, I have not fully read a book in months. I'm in probably one of the worst reading slumps I've ever been in. When's the last time I finished a book? The last book that I finished was in August. Oof. And before that, I hadn't finished a book in months and months either. The only reason I finished that book is because it was a thriller and it was freaking amazing. It gripped me tight and did not let me go until I finished it in like 2 days. The book, by the way, if you're wondering, is Where Sleeping Girls Lie. It is freaking amazing. I recommend everything by this author. Not quite sure how to pronounce her name. I think it's Farida, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But your book is amazing, and I can't wait to read everything else that you ever write. I really recommend it if you love dark academia, mystery vibes where there's like something going on. Below the surface, there are more things than they appear to be. To ease myself back into reading, I am going to be starting off with something fairly easy, I would say. Easy to read is Heartstopper, number 5. I still have not finished this one yet. I've had it for a really long time and I still have not read it. You can see, I mean, yes, you could tell right there. I've got a whopping, what is this? Like 3 pages into it, and this is the receipt from when I bought it, so let me see. I bought this February 6th of 2024, so I've had it for a year, and I have not read it yet, so I'm hoping that because this one's pretty easy, I will be able to read it really quickly, and it'll kind of jumpstart me back into reading. If you don't know what Heartstopper is, it's a graphic novel about 2 young teens that basically meet, fall in love, date, and all of the complexities that come with teenage dating while not being straight, basically. There's a lot more to it than that in here. There's a lot about, mental health, general issues with exploring your identity when you're a teenager, being something that you didn't think you might be, figuring yourself out, and overall, it's really sweet. If you haven't read any of these volumes yet, I would really recommend it if you just want something lighthearted, fast. I mean, it's not always lighthearted, if you know what I mean, but they're really good, and I would recommend them. Another short one that I'm reading right now, I'm trying to, is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It's really short. You would think that I'd be able to finish it, but I haven't yet. This one's not as bad as Heartstopper though. I've had this one since December. It's February now. That's not that long. It's not unreasonable. I mean, I probably could have finished it by now, but I just haven't. I'm actually decently far into it. Slightly over halfway, so this one too. If you don't know what Before the Coffee Gets Cold is, it's about a coffee shop in Japan where people who enter can travel back in time for a limited period. There are many rules that they have to follow. They have to stay inside the cafe. They can't get up from the seat that they sit in. And they can only be back in time for as long as their coffee is warm. These are such good little stories. They're really short. I don't know how this author does this. I really don't know how they pack such an emotional punch into a short amount of words. It's crazy. I feel like they're a writing magician. Like, you open up the box that you think is small, and inside is a giant story. If it sounds good to you, definitely pick it up. I would recommend it. I'm not even done with it yet, but I would still recommend it. It's already almost the end of February. I don't know how that happened. I thought this year just started. So, we gotta get this thing going. I have so many things planned. My next video though is probably going to be taking you on the journey with me of counting my entire physical TBR. I know it's going to be so much. I really don't know how I let it get this bad. Okay, look. Okay, listen to me. Listen. Alright, listen. Too many good books come out, okay? What do you expect me to do? Not buy them? So yeah, tune in next time. Watch me count my ridiculous number of books. And let's see if I can actually read any of them. Alright, I think that about does it for now. I will see you guys in the next one.